Man, did the Los Angeles Clippers make a statement or what? I owe this team an apology. Myself, along with many people, underestimated this team. They downright disrespected this team and what they're capable of doing just because of their previous shortcomings in the playoffs. I know it's just one game, and I don't want to get ahead of myself here, but that was damn impressive. The fact that the Clippers said screw it to all the narratives that were being said. What did the Clippers do? They came out and they punched the Mavs in the face, and they did it without their best player in Kawhi Leonard. This Clippers team showed me a lot in this game. They showed me that they're tough and they're ready to go to war. They're ready to prove everybody wrong. You look at the Clippers, guys. They did not have Kawhi. They were going to go up against the Mavericks team that came into this postseason, the hottest team in all of basketball. And what did the Clippers do? They absolutely took it to Dallas. And it was their defense that stifled a Mavericks offense that was operating as one of the best in all the NBA. And in that first half, the Clippers just straight up suffocated the Dallas Mavericks. We're going to talk about this Game 1 win for the Clippers, guys. Do me a solid. Hit a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. Please ring the bell for more. You look at the Clippers, it was their defense that ended up being the biggest impact in this game. The Clippers limited the almighty Mavericks offense to just 30 points in the first half. I mean, the Mavericks are routinely getting this in a quarter and then some. They were just held to 30 in the first half, and the Clippers held them to just 22.5% shooting from the field. And the first half point total was the lowest for the Mavericks since 2019, and that was their lowest ever in a playoff game. The Mavericks finished the first half with 12 straight missed field goals, and they scored just 8 points in the second quarter. And then, Harden and Zubac, they were going to work. These guys were just unbelievable. They combined for 32 first half points to outscore the Mavericks on their own. And again, the Clippers did this without Kawhi Leonard, 7-time all-defensive team selection. It was really an unbelievable display by the Clippers. As Dallas, they did start to find some rhythm on offense after halftime. They scored 9 points in the first 3 minutes of the third quarter. But really, they were never able to do enough to overcome that deficit that they put themselves in. And, it's going to be a challenge for this Mavericks team that if the Clippers defense continues to play like this, it's going to be tough on them. And the Mavericks, they never proved to be a challenge for the Clippers in Game 1. And Game 2 is going to be very, very important for them because Dallas, they were expected to get off to a good start here. As soon as the news came out that Kawhi was going to miss Game 1, that was a huge opportunity for Dallas to take the first game of the series and really set the tone. And that would have put all the pressure in the world on the Clippers. How's Kawhi progressing? Is he going to be back? But instead, this gives the Clippers just all sorts of confidence and leeway going forward in the series because they just proved that they can beat the Mavericks outright and do it convincingly without, Kawhi. Obviously, they're going to need Kawhi back in the series, and all arrows are suggesting he is going to be back in the series at some point. But that first game was very, very important for the Clippers to get. And, you got to give a ton of credit also to James Harden. I know the defense was spectacular, but James Harden, this is a guy who has had a lot of criticism thrown his way. He's obviously going to have to perform well in these playoffs. And, he wants to win, and he proved it. We saw the James Harden of old in this one. Harden was a man possessed. He caught fire early with an 11-point first quarter, and then he had a personal 9-0 run in the second quarter that extended the Clippers' lead just before halftime. And James Harden, he was cooking. James Harden looked like a guy who was just, his old self, as Harden not only got the offense rolling, but he showed off his playmaking vision. And he was just doing an amazing job out there as his floor general, as the Clippers, they had a 30-9 run, which extended their lead at one point to 54-29. It was just beautiful to see as Harden finished the first half with 20 points, 4 assists while shooting at 4 of 6 from 3-point range. And then he finished with 28 points, 8 assists, 2 blocks for the game. Zubac had 12 points, 10 rebounds at halftime, and he finished with a 20-point, 15 rebound effort. And that's the thing, they couldn't stop Zubac either, as he was 10 of 17 from the field. Before we continue on with this video, I do want to shout out our sponsor, BetUS. BetUS is the #1 online sportsbook in which they're currently offering a 125% deposit match up to $2,500 on your first 3 deposits. That means if you put in $500, you will have $1,250 to play with. BetUS has 24/7 customer service and 24-hour payouts. Click the top link in the description to receive your bonus. We are also giving away $125 in free play. The first 5 people to DM their account to me showing their account number on X will receive $25 in free play. Maybe you think this Clippers team has what it takes to go all the way and win a championship. You could do futures. You could put together a nice parlay. BetUS. Go check them out. If you sign up, it helps me and this channel a ton. Thank you to BetUS for sponsoring today's video. And then Paul George did a great job of closing this one out. He had a slow 5-point performance in the first half, but then he really exploded in the second half, finishing with 22.6 rebounds, 3 assists, and a steal. The Clippers shot at 18 of 36 from beyond the 3-point line, and they stifled Dallas, who just shot at 10 of 33 from 3, and they finished the game 38.8% from the field. So this was just so tough for Dallas, as they relied heavily on Kyrie and Luka as they did their best on offense to try to get Dallas back into the game in the third. They did combine to score 29 of the Mavericks' 34 points in the quarter. That exceeded Dallas's entire point total for the first half, but the Mavericks, when it looked like they were going to try to usher in a comeback, I thought Ty Lue did a great job using those timeouts and then coming out of the timeout by just drawing up some nice plays to really get the momentum back on the Clippers side, as Doncic did finish with 33 points, 13 rebounds, and 6 assists, but he did shoot at 11 of 26. Irving scored 31, 7, and 4, but really, it was the rest of the Mavs that couldn't come through. I mean, Luka 33, Kyrie 31, the rest of the roster 33. So you love that if you're the Clippers. If you're getting that, you're going to win the series handily, because the biggest thing for this Mavericks team is that they needed those role players to step up, and they needed to alleviate the pressure off their stars like Luke and Kyrie. So you can live with Luke and Kyrie scoring 30 for the rest of the series if it means everybody else has quiet games. So this was just as dominating of a game 1 victory for the Clippers, man. Like I said, a lot of people been writing this team off. Then the news of Kawhi comes out. You really start to doubt this team, thinking, here we go again. Kawhi's unhealthy. They're going up against the Mavs. This is bad news. But the Clippers do this. They go out there and just straight up annihilate the Mavs. And now you look at Leonard, who, he missed this game. All eyes are going to be on him for game 2. He was questionable Sunday morning before Tyronn Lue announced pregame that he would not play. And right now, Leonard's status moving forward is unclear, but Ty Lue sounded very, very adamant and optimistic when saying that we're going to get Kawhi back at some point in this first-round playoff series. So that tells me that Kawhi could be ready for a game 2, game 3. But again, going back to what I said at the top here, because the Clippers won this game, it takes off the pressure just a little bit. And now if the Clippers got to play a game 2 without Kawhi, well, they just beat Dallas convincingly without Kawhi. Why can't they do it again? And then all of a sudden, you do have Kawhi coming back at some point. That's going to make this team that much more scary. So again, you can say the Mavericks didn't, have a good game offensively. They're going to bounce back, and they probably will. They're not going to shoot it as poorly as they did for the rest of the series. Luka's probably going to have a 40-point game at some point. Kyrie's going to continue to go off, but it's the law of averages. If you can, have those guys go off, but nobody else does damage, it's going to be a long series for the Mavericks. And at the same time, you still got your best player who's not even in the series. So it just goes to show how talented this Clippers team is. And that run that they had during the season when they were beating everyone, it's no fluke. When this team is engaged, when they're at their peak, they can beat just about anybody. And, this is a Clippers team that they started Coffee. I think he's going to be a big factor in the series. He only had 6 points in this one, but he's going to get better. And really, Harden, Zubac, George, those guys did enough. Terrence Mann and Russell Westbrook, got to credit him. I thought his energy was excellent. He finished with 13, 4, and 4. So, and look, Norman Powell had an off game, only had 5 points. So, he's going to catch fire in one of these games. So, the Clippers, just a perfect way for them to start this series, and they got to feel good about themselves going into game 2. Again, this is still a long series. Long way to go, but this is exactly what the doctor ordered if you were the Clippers. So let me know how you're feeling, Clippers fans. Hit a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you are new. That is it for me. It's Lucas signing off. Thanks so much for watching. I will catch you all again in the next one.